Hmm. Batman and Robin was one of those films in '97 where it starts off showing nothing but men's breasts and ass and full frontal areas. As when you see him get into the bat outfits, then there's a wide shot of the cars, the Batmobile and Robin's cycle come up, and somehow they look like bat shaped and everything. But the most disappointing thing about the new design of the Batmobile, it looks hideous. It looked like something dreadful. Oh my god, what's with that spinning thing in the front of the Batmobile? It looks stupid. Michael Keaton's Batmobile in the original Batman film from 1989 had more style, class than everything else. But the one in Batman and Robin, no, I agree with John Flickinger, the flip pick, when he says he hated the Batmobile, it looks hideous. But as when they get to the vehicles, they set off, and Alfred said, I cancelled the pizzas! And then all of a sudden, he puts on the most dumbest expression, explaining to the audience, oh look, I'm sick, I'm whipping away. Then Pat Higgles come on the little screen in the corner, said, there's a new villain in Gotham City. He's he's took over for the antiquities wing. He's frozen the guards with blocks of ice. He's calling himself Mr. Freeze. And George Clooney's character said, Mr. Freeze. Then he goes along and it does a weird shot of the museum that looks so fake and crass and cheap and corny. Then it goes into the museum that Arnold Schwarzenegger, his character Mr. Freeze, comes downstairs in a dumbass and Freeze outfit that looks like the overpowered his suits with very bright LEDs and that, and I mean his mouthpiece lit up. It looks dumb. Then he's continuously freezing. Then it's where the film gets worse. His dumb ass one-liner puns related to ice. What killed the dinosaurs? The ice age. The go buddy. Allow me to break the ice. My name is Freeze. Learn it well. It be the chilling sound of your doom. Yeah, that those puns related to ice did go very thin, indeed, and very cringeworthy, and very underwhelming. To be honest, yeah, one pun that Arnold Schwarzenegger does in his films is okay, but several of them, one after the other, all related to ice and that. And the whole thing he says, "Frozen hell, Batman," that does not make sense. So kind of like he should have said, "When hell freezes over, Batman." No, this like. Then before that, George Clooney's character Batman puts this heating thing on Schwarzenegger and said, "The heat is on." Excuse me. He's cultural referencing a song from Beverly Hills Cop and etc. And what target audience was this film supposed to be aimed at? Kids? When it was constantly excused setup after setup after setup, pun after pun after pun, in order an excuse to sell more dumbass toys. And Joel Schumacher says to the cast when Jill filming, remember, you're filming a 2.5 hour cartoon or whatever. Then all of a sudden, along come Poison Ivy. Oh, good lord! When she teases Batman and Robin by blowing her dumbass mind control thing at them, as when she talks them. Why isn't Junior William and all this lot and that lot and that lot? When she said, that's where every poison action figure comes complete with him. But just for the auction scene, the back credit card was not needed. When George Clooney come up and said, the back credit card, don't leave home without it. He's trying to rip off the slogan from the American Express card adverts. Did the American Express card company know about this? That they're plagiarizing the famous slogan from the iconic adverts? It was like Huey Lewis trying to take Ray Parker Jr. to court for the plagiarism of the Ghostbusters theme tune, all because he had similar beats to I Want a New Drug and all that lot. What was the writers thinking when they wrote the script for this entire film? Oh, let's have one shitty liners related to ice, sexual bravados, the love and jealousy conflictions between Poison Ivy, Batman, and Robin. Like as if people are sitting there watching an episode of The Bold and the Beautiful and all sorts of other soap operas where two guys are fighting over one woman. And along comes Alicia Silverstone, clueless, as Barbara Wilson, the niece of Alfred Pennyworth. Excuse me, according to the law about Batgirl in the comic books, she was not Barbara Wilson. She was not related to Alfred Pennyworth. She was related to Commissioner James Gordon. So they effed that up in the retrospect, and the dumbass creation of Bane, when he goes around and goes, Bane, work, bomb, bomb, bomb. Oh, come off it. Even Tom Hardy's version of Bane was a lot better than the one we got in Batman and Robin. Bane looks like a steroid infused and pumped up luchador. Like they took the whole inspiration of the WWE with the I should say WCW at the time, but with the wrestler Rey Mysterio because of the luchador wrestling masks and that. But the most over the top of the film is John Glover's Dr. Jason Woodrow. I'm afraid you have to die. And that. Push Pamela Isley into a vat of chemicals. Then she rises up and says, hello, Jason. I've had a change of heart. My blood was replaced by aloe. And I failed to mention to you this earlier. I'm poisoned. Come on, Bane, darling. We have a plane to catch. But the most waste of space in this entire film is Elmer McPherson. The scene where George Clooney's Bruce Wayne unveils his telescope. He's saying, my father told me to follow my dream and reach for the stars. What did they put Elle Macpherson in? A dumb ass pink suit. And what did Chiz Meridian get in Batman Forever? Slutty black dresses. But they didn't spare no cost for Elle Macpherson. All she does is stand there with a shit-eating grin and don't give a shit attitude. Then all of a sudden, later on, when they try to have the romance thing, she accuses Bruce Wayne for calling her Ivy. You just call me Ivy. But to many of us fans who watch Batman and Robin, that scene for countless of times, I didn't recall once that Bruce Wayne called Julie Madison Poison Ivy. And that was the last you see of Elle Macpherson. Not like in Batman Forever, we see Nicole Kidman forever lusting over Batman, and then she lusts over Bruce Wayne like some whore with a lady crush and something like that. Excuse me, wasn't Dr. Chiz Meridian a criminal psychologist? She was even more worse than the villains in that film, and etc. That's for another rant for another video and another time. But the whole downward spiral of the film started off with, I want a car, cheap stupid car. That's why Superman works alone. Wasn't he supposed to play that as a joke on the cancelled Nicolas Cage Superman film? What he had planned at the time due to the Superman 4 Quest for Peace failed to perform at the box office, so future Superman films got cancelled and that. And the whole downplay of Alfred's coming down with McGregor syndrome as a play on the joke of the producer. Couldn't come up with anything original. And etc. But then it goes to Alicia Silverstone cladded in black leather, trying to be Michelle Rodriguez in the Fast and Furious, with the challenge other people to bike races in order to win the money. There's Coolio trying to be Vin Diesel knockoff and that. And what's with these gangs dressed up in weird costumes? You get a bunch of guys look like the Clockwork Orange cosplayers and that. And it looks so damn stupid. What were they thinking of in the costume department at the time? Oh, let's rip off the American Express card. Let's rip off outfits from Clockwork Orange. Let's rip off the Fast and Furious series that came at later end of the 90s or whatever the first film came out. And the other jokes related to ice and that. Arnold Schwarzenegger said absolutely every single ice-related pun possible instead of ice baby and etc. Yeah, but the script writing in that film was not very good. I preferred the script writing and the brilliance they had in Batman Forever. That's where Joel Schumacher excelled in Batman Forever. He had good characters, a good depth, a good story. Batman was going through the pain of him losing his parents, and etc. In a deleted scene, he blames himself for causing the deaths of his parents, and that didn't long come Chris O'Donnell's introduction to the Batman franchise as Dick Grayson is a surviving member of the Flying Graysons that got murdered by Tom Lee Jones' take on Harvey Two-Face because it caused so much outrage with Billy D. Williams. He wanted to come back and reprise his role and etc. But to it didn't work that way, so he went to Tommy Lee Jones, which Tommy Lee Jones was phenomenal in Under Siege, where he played the all-out villain, and that. Then he was dynamic in Men in Black with Will Smith, that came out exactly the same year as Batman and Robin. But I did not like him as Two-Face in that film. Then again, that's a rant for another time. And that, but it says on the back card, Batman, and it says forever. Do cultural references to the last better Joel Schumacher film. And what's with the Riddler and Two-Face references? In the storage and that, it doesn't look good. And yes, they did go way up at the top with bat-shaped embellishments. This bat-shaped embellishments, that. And Robin comes flying through the fake wall that leaves an impression of the Robin logo. But that does not always happen. I think that in films where the hero comes flying through a glass window, it does not leave a shape impression afterwards. No, it just leave a big gaping hole in that. So that was that was so overused, and Robin's jealousy of Batman try to be the one to go out with Poison Ivy. That was dumb and pathetic. I liked Chris O'Donnell's performance in Batman Forever. He had a backstory. He was sharing the same pain of losing his family because he got murdered. They got murdered before his very eyes. Who was relatable to Bruce Wayne when he went through the same pain as Robin. Both of them was relatable, but the Robin in Batman and Robin, he was annoying and whiny bitchy as hell, and wanted to prove himself that he can take care of it himself, and but the one thing that bugbear about Batman and Robin is their projection thing of images of bat suits and more bat-shaped embellishments in front of Alicia Silverstone's face when the monitor does not project images like that. It only works if you're standing in front of a drop screen where they do PowerPoint presentations which double expose over your face. But that only works well in things like manga comics and etc. But with so many attempts to do the password, access denied, access denied. And all of a sudden she has a look and sees it right in front of her. Peg, she says it with a seductive monotone. Peg. And the lady in the computer says it in a sexy manner. Access granted and all this lot. Then all of a sudden, before you know it, 5 minutes later, she she Alfred lets her into the Batcave and they give her a message saying, I've constructed a suit in his eyes. Suit me up, Alfred. And here we go again. A close-ups of cleavage. That's when she gets into the suit, when she goes zip and all that sort. There was rehashing the beginning of the film, which was not necessarily bad script writing ever. And what comes late, oh my god, the Poison Ivy's revelation is it, as I told Freeze when I pulled the plug, this is a one-woman show and all this. How the hell did Batman record that when he was tied up between the vines and that? And shows Mr. Freeze later to when he's being defeated. Says, "Oh, call me too, like you did with my wife," and Batman B said, "Oh, she's not dead. She's alive and well. She's been moved to a facility in Arkham. You could continue your research there." And after when it shows the truth of a bad rotoscope playback video of the Poison Ivy, it said, "As I told the Freeze when I pull over the plug, this is a one-woman show and not this lot." But how did he record that? The footage looks pristine, and earlier on in the film, where they all sat around in the Batcave, was Robin goes putting his feet in the water because he did the dumbass thing, trying to be all heroic, trying to lead him forward, trying to get Mr. Freeze from a millimeter where there's Mr. Freeze right over there, and there's Robin going like this, and he gets frozen. When Arnold Schwarzenegger is continuously doing his one lame ass puns related to eyes. Chill, bird boy. And all that's a lot, and they see a perfectly good close circuit TV video of Mr. Freeze that looks like that's been professionally done and that, and etc. See close up of Victor Freeze in this vat of hydrogen as it goes ah. The, the, then Robin says something dumbass thing. Then Batman says, after we spend an hour in the training simulation, and Robin says, "How can we work together if you can't trust me and all this lot?" And all of a sudden, and the film was such dumbass in a way. Close-ups of cleavage, stupid wisecracks, Schwarzenegger and his one lame ass puns related to eyes. Uma Thurman trying to be a femme fatale, looks like she's doing a soft porn film. They're trying to rip off racing films and that. the whole American Express card parody, that was not needed, and so many other things, and that discount tribute Clockwork Orange cosplayers. And so many other factors in that. Dilemma's Batmobile that looks like there's got a flaming disco at the front. Can't overuse bat-shaped embellishments and so many others. And last but not least, Dutch angle. Yes, that's so been used in Battlefield Earth, and they also used it in certain parts of Batman and Robin. You can see at the beginning of the close-ups of them showing various cleavage parts of the body, where they did it at a tilted angle, and etc. And second to the last, it's the whole trapeze thing all the way through the film. They looks like they're doing a stage show, which they go flying wee 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 wee. And what's with the random guy falls in front of Uma Thurman and Arnold Schwarzenegger when he goes wee? Oh, that's my execute. And what's one thing worse? It's about it was the auction scene where Poison Ivy goes. They all fall head over heels. So now the man starts beating her up, and that. Then all of a sudden, she even though Batman and Robin is also under the influence in that, and she and the gets in the arts and try to beat her up. 1 million, 2 million, 3 million. Utility, money bell, no more million, 1 million. Ka-ching! The lamest joke parody on the American Express card slogan. And cultural references to the last to Schumacher film. In a nutshell, Batman and Robin is a fun time when you're drunk. Literally. As a guilty pleasure is not good. And me no wonder why I surprised the director for ever apologising about the film, said he let the fans down due to the fact he did a fantastic job with Batman Forever, which is a lot better Batman film that Joel Schumacher directed than Batman and Robin. It was Batman and Robin was a flippant excuse to sell more toys, merchandise, Batmobile, but this, but the other, and all this lot. It was a 2.5 long toy frigging commercial, and all sorts of the throwing gags like spoofing on credit card adverts and everything else. The whole cringeworthy thing about it is aerobatic. After when the rocket explodes and Robbie goes cowabunga, and they also try to rip off the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles where Michelangelo's favorite catchphrase is cowabunga. Then later got ripped off in The Simpsons where Bart Simpson goes cowabunga dude and all this lot. It feels like so overused cliched reference in the 90s. The film was so cliched and so stereotyped, it's unbelievable, and that's why many critics, apparently even Siskel and Ebert themselves says it was cringeworthy to watch. I did rewatch it ages ago, and and it's still not improved. I can see why people was holding on for Christopher Nolan to take the Batman series to its dark roots, where the Batman was dark and brooding and that, not all look like all cool dude and suave and demeanor like George Clooney and he did. I've seen George Clooney in better films. The Pacemaker with Nicole Kidman, who was another Batman alumni. Both of the performances in The Pacemaker was excellent. It was the best I've seen in George Clooney and his other film, From Dusk Till Dawn, where he gets over the shock after killing his brother, played by Quentin Tarantino, because his brother, the Richie, turns into a vampire. That Clooney's character Seth had no choice but to kill him, and he was hitting a bottle and being serious and that. But George Clooney was completely wasted in that film, and so was Elmer McPherson. The only saving grace about it all, which was a good merit and good the active performance I like from the entire cast, was Alicia Silverstone. She was great. She had depth. She was serious. That almost Oscar worthy in that. But she even out acted Uma Thurman. That's very rare for another actress to out act Uma Thurman, because Uma Thurman is a great actress. She was in Pulp Fiction and Kill Bill and etc. The films that I love seeing her in, because she had strong depth and that. She didn't act like a slutty bitch from a cheesy snuff porn and that. But I hated Chris O'Donnell's performance in Batman and Robin. It was cringeworthy. I liked him in Batman Forever. Like I said earlier, his character was relatable to Val Kilmer's Batman. Both of them were sharing the same pain of losing their families, and that both of them had this connect. They felt like relatable in that. But seeing him in Batman and Robin continuously being a pro, I want a car, just need a car. So this driving me crazy. I want a bat signal in the sky. I'm sick and tired of living by your rules and all this lot. It's always your house and rules, and it's your way to the highway and all this lot and la di da di da and everything. But his pathetic excuse trying to have a crush on Alicia Silverstone, that was pathetic. He's trying to outpun Arnold Schwarzenegger and said, "Oh, so this is where you hang out by with the lazy Paniscan wobbly effect, as when Alicia Silverstone was dangling for because she got one foot caught in a rebar. That was ridiculous." But I can see why many fans blasted Batman and Robin to this very day, and I can see why Chris Stuckman and John Flickinger teared it a new one. So did many other fans. Even a few women have reviewed Batman and Robin. They said they did not like it as well, even including Siskel and Ebert, which they give the less harsher review on Batman Forever. But with Batman and Robin, it was not needed. They should have stayed a three-piece trilogy. Batman Returns, Batman Forever. Bypass Batman and Robin. It looks like a paled imitation of the Adam West and Burt Ward from the 1960s, all jokey and doing spoofings and that. Bane was so wrong. I prefer Tom Hardy's version take of Bane because he was more serious in that. But Bane seemed in Batman and Robin seems to me like none from Superman 2, where it was exactly the same when he constantly goes and goes. That's what Bane is like. Bane is like none from Superman 2. It was pathetic. I can see many people have bought it and watched it once and did not like it and teared it a new one in the reviews and put it on the shelves and forget about it. And stick to the lot better Joe Schumacher film, which is Batman Forever and etc. But to me, I'm going to give Batman and Robin a mediocre 5 stars. And that's my review on Batman and Robin. This is me, Frankie Smales. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe at the bottom and tell me what you think of the film. And I will be doing my review on Grease. Then the following weekend I'll be doing Grease 2, but Grease will come tomorrow, which I'll be filming, and which I'll be filming Grease 2 a week after. I'm going to put it together as a one video instead of separating it, but uploading the review for Grease 1, then separating it for Grease 2. We're going to put it together. It's going to be like a double bill review, and it's going to be awesome. And don't forget to look out for that. And until then, thank you for watching, and fairly well.